Grady.
In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 4-round welterweight bout, referee Tony Orlando. Now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the dark blue trunks with the baby blue trim. He weighed in at 145 1/4 pounds. This young man is looking for his second straight win and only his second pro bout. From North Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, here is Ronnie Hammonds. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at 144 3/4 pounds. This gentleman has 1 win, 2 losses with 1 draw. A native of Bakersfield, California, and now residing in Reading, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Joey Rapino.
I thought you gentlemen received your instructions prior to entering the ring. I want a good, clean fight. I want you to listen to all my commands. Understood? Do you have any questions?
No.
Touch gloves, go back to your corner.
Tony Orlando laying the law down. This is scheduled for 4 rounds, welterweights. Ronnie Hammonds, a Pennsylvania state champion, 85-15 as an amateur. And this is his second professional fight, winning his first. Joe Rapino trying to get up to the 500 mark at 1-2-1. And from the start, it is Hammonds all over Rapino.
Hammonds already starting early with that left jab. Possibly from all those amateur fights. Taught him the jab. 85-15 as an amateur. Rapino not much in the jab department. Likes to get on the inside and throw punches.
And a lot of movement early by Rapino. Hammonds looking in. Looks very poised for a pro, and is just his second fight.
Pro record is 1-2-1.
That's Rapino.
And Hammonds is 1-0. Undefeated. First round action, both guys trying to feel out their opponent. It's scheduled for 4. With it only being a 4-round fight, they should be throwing more punches.
Well, even though Hammonds still used to the 3-round amateur fight, they want to conserve. Rapino going for the body.
Rapino covering up. He's moving forward with the fight. However, he's not throwing any punches. When he moves forward, he's not punching. Hammonds, on the other hand, punches going backwards. Good learning fight for both of these guys, trying to get some experience.
Rapino at 25, 3 years older than Hammonds. And he also wants to even the record. Thursday night fights on USA live from Atlantic City. And this is just the start of a weekend of boxing action, a smorgasbord of boxing action. Hector Camacho Saturday night here on USA. George Foreman on Sunday night. Both those cards begin at 9 p.m. Eastern live. 10 seconds to go in the first. And the 2 young fighters take their seats and get ready for round number 2. Good filling out process in the first 3 minutes between these 2 young welterweights.
The bug's throwing him on the arm. No, not there.
I have a chance to remind you of some of the upcoming programs here on USA. Eli Wallach stars in an all-new episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. It's the story of illegitimate money and a gangster's efforts to keep it. At a special time, Saturday at 8 Eastern, 10 Pacific on USA. Also, how much trouble can a boy and his dog dig up? Well, you can find out on the Ray Bradbury Theater Saturday at a special time, 8:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific on USA.
Second round action coming up. Tony Orlando, the referee, telling the corner of Joe Rapino to get the towel out of the corner. He had the towel up draped over the rope. Such a tough time. This is absolutely the toughest time in these young fighters' career. Their careers probably seem like they're going nowhere. They've got to make this a successful fight. Perhaps fighting for the first time on television, that adds a little bit of pressure. And they're not making any money.
And at this point, that's not the number one priority.
Good body punches by Hammonds. Right hand to the body and left hook, and again a left hook to the body. Those body shots add up in the later rounds. This is only scheduled for 4. Oh!
Rapino is down.
Big left hook by Ronnie Hammonds. And if you could see the foot of Joe Rapino behind him and underneath him, it shows how relaxed a body gets when you get knocked out. He was hurt. Let's see if Hammonds can clean up.
And a lot of time remaining in this second round.
Big right hand by Hammonds. All Hammonds needs to do is land a good combination on Rapino, and the referee will step in and stop the fight. In Atlantic City, they stop the fight very quick, and they stay right on top of the fight.
We have not seen a fight go the distance yet tonight. This is scheduled for 4. Hammond working inside. And Rapino coming back nicely, Sean.
Picking up the pace, the speed, and the power of those punches is Hammonds. There's again that left hook. Rapino could have a weak left side, or weak right side. That's why those left hooks are getting through. He carries that right hand low. He doesn't carry it high enough. He carries it in front of his face, down by the point of his chin, in front of his chest even.
You mentioned Hammond's first televised fight nationally here in his second pro fight. Recall the first fight you fought on national TV?
You bet I did. Fortunately knocked the guy out in the first round, luckily. Or in the second round, I'm sorry, Eddie Freeman. But there was additional pressure on me because I realized it was going to be on national television. It was going to be live, no mistake. Again, the left hook by Ronnie Hammonds. Hammonds, a good-looking prospect. And he punches in combinations. He doesn't punch in just one punch. Again, the left hook.
So Rapino able to survive the second round. And the next fight you'll be seeing here on USA will be Saturday night, the main event of those fights. This man will be back in the ring. The Macho Man, after a year away, returns, and you'll see him Saturday night on USA.
And I am cocky. I'm proud of it, you know. I'm proud of being cocky, you know. Even though people criticize, I'm proud of it. You know, it gets me around.
Well, that's certainly the way to go if you're going to step in the ring. Rather cocky than anything else.
But it's good to be cocky if you can back it up, and Macho Camacho can back it up. He's a good fighter.
And he'll be in the ring against Reyes Cruz Saturday night in our main event. Well, a deep breath by Joe Rapino, and he survived this in the second round.
Here is that knockdown, boom, and Rapino dropped like a shot, his leg back underneath him. All of the limbs loosen up when you get knocked out. Third round action, this is live.
How fortunate is he that he did not break his leg?
Very fortunate, because we have seen that right here on Thursday Night Fight. Fighters get hit and fall over and they break their legs. Now trying to put more pressure on Ronnie Hammonds this third round.
You know, you talked about the first fight you were seeing on national TV. What fight was that for you?
That was my 40th, I think.
40th fight.
Yeah, my 35th or my 40th. Something like that.
And here's Hammonds in the second fight. Of course, the undercard, we've had several knockouts, and he has an opportunity now to show his wares in our closer. Third round action is scheduled for 4. Al Albert along with Sean O'Grady. Live from Harrods in Atlantic City, New Jersey. In our main event, undefeated, Vinny Bergese was stopped by John Ray Fuse. 6th round TKO.
And Rapino has been staggered here in this third round. Hammonds landed a couple of big right hands.
I wonder if Ray Fuse will give Bergese a win.
That should be interesting. While we've got a little bit of slow pace in the action, I'd like to say hello to a friend of mine tuning in from Bradenton, Florida. We'll be down in Tampa in a couple of weeks and be able to see him. Jim and Sherry Slateman, they're watching in down the cable system down there.
And we are halfway through round number 3.
Big combination. Ronnie Hammonds, a great-looking prospect.
Oh, a little bolo, and now it is Hammonds playing to the audience and to the camera.
Hammonds showing those speed, punches and bunches. One punch sets the other.
Hammonds now getting more and more confident.
If you can keep a glove in your opponent's face, he's not going to hit you.
Well, we have Camacho and Foreman coming up this weekend. Some other names you'll be seeing in the upcoming weeks here on USA. Tyrell Biggs in his first fight after losing to Mike Tyson. John the Beast Mugabe also will be back. Under 30 seconds left.
Another good combination by Hammonds. Hammonds punches in combinations, not just one shot and look for the guy to fall down. Very few fighters get knocked out by just one punch. It's usually an accumulation of punch. And, of course, one punch can set up the other punch. One hand sets the other.
There. Relief. You know how to spell it.
Ronnie Hammonds pitching a shutout. 4th round action. They've been through 3. This is the final round. Joe Rapino is his opponent. Rapino just unable to get his punches moving.
And Hammonds really opening up his game ever since he had Rapino down in the second. But Rapino has come back strong and almost walked into that shot by Hammonds.
Oh, another big left hook by Hammonds. Hammonds is tearing up the right side of Joe Rapino.
Rapino out of Reading, Pennsylvania, 25 years old, a record of 1-2-1. 22-year-old Hammonds out of North Philly, 1-0 as a pro after going 85-15 as an amateur, Pennsylvania state champion as an amateur. These are welterweights, both at around 145.
The welterweight limit is 147, so both of them came beneath that limit. Rapino weighed in 144 3/4. Hammonds weighed in 145 1/4.
Hammonds dropped Rapino in the second. Combination to the head. A lot of movement on the part of Rapino. How much of that is wasted?
It's not wasted as long as you're making the guy miss, just like that, going underneath Hammonds' punches. Rapino is. However, he's ducking underneath those punches and he's not retaliating. Block and move, or make your opponent miss and then hit him, strike. Block and counter.
Time remaining in the fight. This is a 4-rounder. To close out tonight's action. And if they stay in there for another minute, it will be the first fight that heard the final bell tonight.
Just saw a left-handed pivot by Ronnie Hammonds. Shifted around on his left foot. Something that is taught only by the old-time trainers. He's a good-looking prospect. He taught some of the old tools of the trade. He's from North Philadelphia. The trainer is Roland Cooley. Cooley taught him some crafty techniques. Less than 30 seconds to go in this fourth round. This is the final round.
And now you see the blood on the face of Rapino. Give him credit coming back from the second round knockdown. Under 15 seconds left. Hammonds wants the knockout, but doesn't look like he'll get it. And that